Alright you guys, I'm setting out to answer a question today, and it's going to be very simple. I just want to bring you guys along with me. What the hell is going on with Tomb Raider? So to get us started, I love Tomb Raider, but not the ones that maybe you guys are thinking about. Just a couple of days ago, the original trilogy for Tomb Raider released 1, 2, 3 remastered, and it looks awesome. I know the cover title well, I recognize the character and her shorts with the dual wielding guns immediately. But guess what? I never actually played those games.
You are one dumb son of a bitch!
My first Tomb Raider was Crystal Dynamics' 2013 reboot, which featured a younger Lara Croft before she truly became the Tomb Raider that the world knows. And since then, I've been a little confused because I fell in love with the game when I played it, and mind you, at the time, I had never touched any Uncharted games. So it's not like I had any preconceived thoughts like, this reminds me of this reminds me of that. No, it was a clean and brand new experience for me. I thought it was real, dark, gritty, and mature, and I love Lara Croft's resilience and how she always came out on top. Well, after this, they announced Rise of the Tomb Raider, and I was ready to get it and experience that game. But what happened next is that I basically got denied that right. And you might ask yourself why? Well, because it was an Xbox timed exclusive, which I didn't understand. I didn't know what the hell the point was. So I waited, I don't know, maybe a year after its release to actually experience the game. Because if you guys didn't pick up on it already, I didn't have an Xbox. I only had a PlayStation 4. So I guess whatever. It was awesome. It expanded the world even more, and we dove deeper into Lara's history and her background. Then we had the third and final game of the trilogy, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which scared the crap out of me, and it had my heart pumping all the time. It was crazy. I really liked that game, and I mean, I fought a damn tiger. But the game ended with Lara finally becoming the Tomb Raider. However, here's where it gets messy for me personally. I didn't know that she wasn't the Tomb Raider. I thought that she became the Tomb Raider after the first game, but with just a little bit of research on Google, I found out that all 3 games in this trilogy were named the Survival Trilogy. On the Xbox website, it states that these games tackle the story of a young Lara coming into her own before she became what she was always meant to be, which was the Tomb Raider. So I suppose that kind of clears it up a little bit for me. So we will start with our first question of the day. Was this new trilogy a reboot of the original 90s games? Yes it was. Now question number 2, was the trilogy that released back with 2013's Tomb Raider supposed to launch a new Tomb Raider universe? The answer is yes, I believe. Alright, so now that we have both of those questions answered, we can forget about the 90s games for a while and only focus on the new trilogy. But before we ask another question, I want to say that I noticed that some of the fans of these series made themselves very vocal about the fact that they didn't like this new Tomb Raider at all. And I am referring to the Survivor trilogy, of course. They said that they missed the old Lara, who was a badass and didn't care about anyone's feelings. And they missed the fact that she actually would explore tombs, and they missed the fact that she didn't carry her dual-wielding pistols. That's fine. But I also noticed that some fans thought that Survivor Lara was ugly, or she wasn't sexy, and they wanted the sexy, cool Lara back. But I don't know about you guys, but this Lara is pretty damn fine. In the first game, straight baddie. In the second game, hella baddie. In the third game, don't even get me started. However, I'm not just fawning over a video game character for no reason. I'm talking about it because Crystal Dynamics just released official art for a brand new design for Lara Croft. Now, some of the feedback I've seen on it on regular websites like Facebook or Instagram is that people are calling the design either ugly and man-faced, or others are calling her beautiful, and finally she looks older and resembles the Lara everyone wanted. Again, I think she looks damn good, so I don't know what the hell some of you guys want when it comes to old pretty ass Lara Croft. But now that we have that out of the way, I'm gonna ask another question. Question number 3 is, does this new Lara Croft design mean we're getting another reboot? The answer is no, it does not. So question number 4 is, what does it mean then? Well, it means that we are getting a game set after the events of Shadow of the Tomb Raider that follows an older, established Lara that is now officially the Tomb Raider, and she will take on more bigger tasks like fighting a T-Rex and finally exploring the tombs. This will be a continuation of her story from the Survivor games, and with the new artwork, it shows Lara potentially in her early 30s, and she does have the 90s original look, but on her neck, she has the jewelry pendant that she found on her first adventure back in 2013. So it clearly connects them together and is going to continue the story of the Survivor trilogy. Now, through all of this, Crystal Dynamics and its development team have said or called this new look for Lara the unified design. So question number 5 is, what does the unified design mean? Well, according to the Tomb Raider game director, Will Kerslake, if that's how you pronounce it, which is probably not, he wants to connect all established timelines, the ones from the original games and the most recent Survivor Games trilogy. This unified design is the look that has elements of her Survivor days and elements of her becoming the Tomb Raider. That all seems kind of like a big task to try to connect everything together. But the game director knows it and he asks for patience of the fans. So we move on to question number 6. Are there any other Tomb Raider projects going on besides this new game? Well, there is a Netflix animated series that will feature Lara Croft after the events of Shadow of the Tomb Raider, but before the events of this new Crystal Dynamics Tomb Raider game. Lara will be voiced by Hayley Atwell in this Netflix series, and it will serve as a way to explain what she's been doing in between both of those games. There is also a live action series coming to Amazon, however, I don't know too much about that one. And before we all get more confused, and I myself get more confused, let's look at what we have established so far. The Survivor trilogy covers the origins of Lara. Netflix series covers the events after that trilogy. And the new Tomb Raider games tells the story of Lara Croft in her prime, tomb raiding. But it all takes place in one universe, one story, and it is all a continuation of the reboot that began back in 2013.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And guys, that's all I wanted to know. There had just been so much talk about 90s Lara, Survivor Lara, Netflix Lara, Amazon Lara. Oh, there's new Tomb Raider games coming out. There's a new redesign coming out for Lara. It takes her back to her roots and all this and all that. It really just confused the hell out of me. I didn't know what was going on with Lara Croft or Tomb Raider. So I wanted to look into it to clear it up. And truthfully, not even for you guys, but mostly for me. Because some of you guys might have gotten it on the first try, but I guess we're a little slow over here. And it took me some damn research to find out what all this Lara and Tomb Raider crap meant. And the main reason was because after Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I was waiting for the 4th game to come out. And the news that we began to receive, which was everything that we have just covered, began to confuse me because I thought it was going to be called like Tomb Raider 4 and we were going to continue. So it seems like we are going to continue the story. It's just that it has taken a lot of different designs and different approaches to continue that story. Thank you guys for coming by. If you had some confusion about this whole business, I hope that I helped you out a little bit. If I didn't help and I only made it worse, well, that's pretty damn awful. I don't know what else to do. I'll be replaying the Survivor trilogy this year and probably have some content on that down the line for you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.